So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be starting with my first question, and this is a pretty, basic question. I would like to know about what you do, and I would like to know about you. Can you,
Yeah.
just
Hey, I'm
yeah.
Aryan. I'm 15 years old. I'm a tennis player and I'm studying 10th at Beyond 8.
Okay,
And I like to watch Netflix and listen to music.
okay, okay. That's all.
Yeah.
What do you do besides playing tennis and watching Netflix?
Pretty much nothing. Studying tennis mostly, most of the
Okay,
time. And if I
okay,
have time, it's probably watching something.
okay.
But mostly, it's like most of the day goes by with practice and
Mhm.
study.
Okay, okay. That's good. I think you're pretty focused, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's great. So, you know, move on to something that I wanted to ask you personally, right? So just tell me, what's your aha moment when you are when you knew that tennis was your true calling. Describe
Yeah.
your yeah.
I would say I don't think there was a aha moment per se, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be in this year in February at Nepal when I played
Okay,
my first international tournament, ITF tournament,
okay.
and I got a wild card. So and
Hmm.
I had to make a point if I was to play more tournaments after that.
Okay,
And I performed pretty well. I reached the quarterfinals and the
okay.
second round in that week. So it was really good, and I had some great matches there. And I think that was one of those moments where I really
Hmm.
felt good.
Okay, okay. So playing, your first international game, that was your most
Yeah,
memorable moment,
yeah,
right?
yes, for sure.
Okay, okay. That's great. That's great. Great to hear that. So, how do you manage to, strike the equilibrium between studies and your,
Yeah.
hobbies and
So I
sports?
mean, a regular day is usually if I so let's say if I have practice in the morning, I would
Yeah.
have most of my studies in the evening. And so usually I practice in the morning, say around 7 to 10 or 10
Okay.
to 1 or something like that. And then I get back home,
Okay.
I have a quick snack and stuff. I have some fitness, and then
Okay.
I get to start studying. And if I
Okay.
have a tournament coming up, then I would study a bit extra and be ahead of the class because I usually, when I travel, I can't study much. So I
Okay.
study extra before I travel. And
Okay.
generally, I'm always like 2 to 3 pages ahead of the class because
Okay.
in case, let's say, I have something which leads to me not being able to study on a day, I'm
Okay.
always ahead. So it's like I'm never behind.
Okay, okay. That's fantastic. So, how are you in the class? Like, are you a very participative kid who likes to participate, or you're just
Not
like
re-
you just take all
some.
the lessons and
Sometimes I like to, sometimes I don't. Just stay in my mood, I guess.
okay,
But
okay.
usually not much. Usually,
So it depends upon your mood, right? If
yeah.
you want to.
But like 90% of the time, it's not really much
Okay.
interesting.
So you just like to take the lessons and go back home and study and
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So what subjects do you like in your class? Uh,
I like math. I like
okay.
I like English,
Okay.
and I like physical education.
Okay, physical education.
And yeah,
That explains
and
your interest.
yeah, and also a bit English. Yeah, English.
Okay, English, maths,
Yeah,
and physical education. That's
yeah.
wonderful. Swell.
Yes.
Okay, so what does a typical day look like in your life? From the
Yeah.
moment
So
you get off your bed, until you set
let's
your
say
yeah.
I wake up around 6, 5 or 6 on some days. Then I get ready, have breakfast. Then I usually have practice for about 2 to 3 hours. It varies on each day. So let's say, like today I had 7 to 10.
Mhm.
in the morning, and then I come back. I have to stretch. No, I don't come back. I actually have some fitness there, some running and stuff like that, till probably about 11:30, and then I come home. I stretch, have lunch, and then I study for about 2 hours in the afternoon, like say till 4. Then I take a shower in the evening, and I can relax a bit. But I probably study again and plan for the next day and
Okay.
like that.
Okay. What time do you go to bed? Like,
Mostly 9, max 9:30 on the
I think
evening.
these are the days you don't watch Netflix, right?
Yeah, mainly on the weekends.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, what has been the most rewarding or most challenging parts of your, you following your passion?
Yeah,
Because yeah,
for
following
sure.
passion
Like
is not
most,
easy, right?
yeah, most
Yeah.
rewarding moments will again definitely be Nepal when I made my first international point, and for
Okay.
sure that would be one of those moments. And also, I mean, there are quite a few rewarding moments, like getting to travel and see many places and taste
Okay.
different food each time, and also winning close matches for sure. I mean, that's some of the best of the best.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And challenging moments, I mean, that's like always. I mean, you have definitely. I think the most challenging would be losing, losing close matches, and when you travel all the way to a different country, quite far
Yeah.
off, and lose in the first match, and you have to leave all the way immediately after spending all that money. That's definitely some of the most challenging.
Okay. Okay. So, you, you you're talking about failure, right? Like
Yeah,
you make efforts and then you fail, and
yeah,
you find that situation challenging. Okay,
yeah.
that's understandable. Pretty understandable, I would say. Okay, so you are 15, right? You told me you are 15.
Yes.
So what does the road ahead look like for you? What you think
Uh,
you are gonna be doing, in the next few years, coming years. What
yeah,
do you
next
think?
years would definitely be very exciting and
Okay.
challenging, but I mean, I can never see more than 3 months ahead because you don't have schedules for tournaments
Okay.
and stuff. So I usually plan 3 to 6
Hmm.
months ahead. But it's
Okay.
going to be interesting and definitely the toughest years to come. The toughest is yet to come, but it's fun. So I love it. I love what
Okay.
I'm doing. So it
Okay.
should be fun.
Okay. Okay. So do you learn from your friends who you share the court with or who you share the class with?
Sorry?
So do you love learning from friends who you share your class with, who you share your court with?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on the court, always a lot, for sure. And
Okay.
I haven't actually been attending a lot of classes in the last couple of months. I've usually been seeing most of the recordings or just catching up by myself because the timings don't match from me.
Okay.
So it's usually just by myself
Okay.
mostly.
Okay. A lot of people haven't been attending classes actually.
Yeah,
Trouble times, right? Um, so that's not nothing so unusual this year, but I think in your case it's pretty a part of the line, I would say,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So this is a very I wouldn't say this is the most important question, but I think everybody would like to know about you. Everybody who wants to know about you would want to know what's your motto in life. What what do you eventually want to do you know in your life?
yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't have, I haven't thought of this before, and I really don't have a motto as such. But I like some great quotes, and I think one of them would be it's kind of like a poem. It's a bit of a poem, but it's
Okay.
ever tried, ever failed.
Okay.
No matter, try again, fail better.
Okay. Okay. So,
And it's by an author, Samuel Beckett. But I didn't
okay.
know this till yesterday who wrote it, but I just know it's something I like. So I give it.
Okay. Okay. So with this quote, I think you're preparing, to tackle your next games better. I think, because you said earlier that you find the moments challenging when you can't when you fail, right? And this
Yeah,
is a quote about failure. So I think you're preparing, to deal with those situations better.
yeah. And also, of
Is that
course,
so?
I mean, of course, hard work is always. I mean, if you don't work
Yeah.
hard, there's nothing. So
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And a sports person must know that, right?
yeah,
And you are doing two things at the same time, studying and sports.
mm,
So you know it better than a lot of people, I think.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. So who is your inspiration in this game? I
Federer.
know a few. Okay, okay. I think he's one of the finest tennis players in across the globe, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Other than him, who do you like? Uh, you know.
Actually, he's like my. I'm crazy about him. He's like my favorite of all time. I don't like anyone else. But if I had to
Okay,
choose someone from the younger players now, I would probably choose TM or Zverev.
okay. I don't know about them.
Yeah,
Laugh at
they're pretty young and so
yeah,
they're not yet
yeah, yeah,
famous.
yeah. Okay, laugh at my minimal knowledge, but I don't know about these players. Okay, okay. So what would be your uh, suggestion? What would be if you want to share your secret sauce of your success with other children of your age, what would it be? Because i
uh,
find i find a lot of kids is struggling with their academics, let alone
yeah,
managing two different um, you know uh, things at the same time, two different
yeah.
departments at the same time. Yeah.
I would say work hard and stay focused. I mean that's the most basic thing. Stay focused and work
Okay.
hard and if you enjoy what you're doing, it should be fun.
Okay, so how do you focus when you have like when you are close to a polymath, like when you have different
Like
likings, when you have different when you have many goals and so like for example, like you're doing two things, right? You're studying, you're playing tennis. So how do you stay focused, because you have some part of your brain is occupied by studying and some part of your brain is occupied by tennis? How do you stay focused? Because it's really a tricky thing to achieve, tricky feat to achieve, I would say. Because you know I think it must be pretty hard for you to stay focused when you have two interests, or
yeah, it's definitely really tough for sure because like some days you're exhausted with practice and it's tough to
yeah,
focus, and some days you study a lot and you're mentally tired at
yeah.
practice the next day. But I guess it's tough, but you just need to find the balance. I mean, if you need to love what you're doing. I mean, if you're going through the motions just to get it done,
Okay.
then it's going to be extremely hard. But if you like what you're doing, then I think if at least if you like one of the things, if you like one thing, then it's definitely going to help in the other.
Okay. Okay. So, you mean to say that just find your passion and explore it
Yeah.
further, right?
Yes.
When
Yes.
you know that
It's
what you're doing
it's
is,
always yeah. It's
yeah.
always going to be tough, but you have
Hmm.
to chase it if you want.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So, anything else you would like, me to know? You would like, you know, people who are gonna be, watching this interview, or reading your interview. You want them to know, about yourself, about life, about career, about success, or probably failure.
Uh, Not really, except probably that there will, whatever you do, there'll be losses, innumerable amount of losses, and there's always going to be more losses than wins, especially in the early stages. But
Okay,
you have to keep going, I guess. I mean, that's it.
okay, okay. That's good. I think you talk like a sports person. That's good. Okay. Okay, then it was a pretty sweet and concise interaction with you. I think I'm done with my questions, but before I wrap up, I have one question that I think I would like to have the answer from you for. Uh, so it's really basic. It's really nothing really big or nothing really tricky. It's simple. How do we, we talked about passion in the last question. So how do we find out the passion? Because children and youngsters and even grown-ups, they sometimes don't have a passion and they struggle to find their passion. They don't know
Yeah.
what
Uh,
they are gonna
for for sure, I
like
think it would
doing. Yeah.
be one of the things would be trying out different things at a young age. I mean, you have to try stuff. I mean, if you will
Okay.
eventually you will like something. And also,
Okay.
I guess parents play a big role in helping you find your passion because, like, if and for me, my parents have been extremely supportive,
Okay.
and I mean, like, you try different things, and if the parents support you with trying different things and helping you try
Mhm.
new stuff, eventually you
Okay.
will find your passion. Everyone has something they like love. So I
Okay.
mean, it's trying different things, and I guess having supportive parents helps a lot for sure.
Okay. 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 So I think that should help people who listen to you.
Yes.
Okay, Aryan, it was great discussing important these important aspects of life with you, and I'm really glad to have had you here. And
Thank
I think it was pretty insightful, and I hope that people who find this interview later will also feel the same. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, please let me know.